What's good, y'all? Welcome back to ImMakevelli. I'm Machiavelli, and today we got a very toxic video here today, or I assume it's going to be toxic. Barry McCockiner, triggering fans of NBA Superstars 2024 edition. Let's get into it.
Better hold on to your nuts and butts, folks, because this is triggering fans of NBA
Nuts and
Superstars
butts.
2024 edition. The video begins right after this. Before I begin, I want to introduce all you period. But you Jokic overrate him. We're near as good, every bit as good as this.
Oh yes, we're starting out with Jokic. Amazing, immaculate. Let's get into it, bro. Great start off. Great start off, Barry.
Stats say he is offensively. But this horsefucker is nowhere near as good defensively as the stats say. In fact, not only do his defensive stats overrate him, they ignore that he's a flat-out terrible defender and rim protector, period. But you Jokic fans have heard this before. He's been in the league for 9 years now and has one ring to show for it. A worthless ring that he won against 3 play-in teams while getting LeBron on a torn foot tendon in the Western Conference Finals. For all of Jokic's all-around excellence, his teams are just 9-5 in his 14 career playoff series.
Bro, and this is why Embiid is better than Jokic. A lot of y'all are gonna say I'm a casual for that, but bro, there's two ends of the floor in basketball. You can't. It's not like football. You can't just play offense. You have to play defense too. The only reason, literally, the only reason that you could possibly say Jokic is better than Embiid is because of injuries, and his passing is better. But those are the only two categories in basketball that Jokic is better than Embiid at. Every other category, Embiid wipes the floor with Jokic, bro. If we just break it down by category, shooting, passing, defense, dribbling, just all those categories, Embiid is winning every category other than injuries and passing. That's the only two. Hey, it is what it is. I know he never been to a conference finals, but you got to add context to that. There's a reason for that. He's injured every year towards the end, but he still plays through his injury. He doesn't get no props, no credit for playing through injuries? You kidding me, bro?
And that's with Jamal Murray playing. Jokic is just 1-2 in 3 playoff series without Murray. But the most damning stat against Jokic is that he's never beaten a 50-win team in the playoffs.
What? For real? That's crazy.
0-5 against 50-win teams. He had his chance this year to make it a moot point, but instead he blew a 3-2 lead versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, losing by 45 in Game 6 and then losing at home in Game 7 while his opponent's superstar player played like crap, going 2 of 10 from 3 and missing close looks that he normally makes. The same thing also happened versus Portland in 2019, but nobody cares really. That's the plus side to being a foreign player in a small market. The media will continue to leave Jokic alone and make jokes about his horses or how he looks like Gru from Despicable Me. The only despicable thing here is that Jokic couldn't even make it to the conference finals for his title defense. Also, one of his brothers got in trouble for choking a woman to unconsciousness a while back, yet whenever the Jokic brothers are brought up by the NBA media, it's always to say how quirky and funny they.
Bro, the Jokic brothers are like 6'8 plus, and you choked a woman, bro. To them, that's like, bro, a 6'8 nigga choking a woman, that's basically you're choking a child. Till unconsciousness is crazy, bro.
They are. Enjoy the stats, Jokic fans. He can't win anything unless all his opponents are under 50 wins and Jamal Murray is by his side to save him. Jason Tatum, built like Tarzan, plays like Jane.
Jason Tatum, greatest role player of all time. Not built for the finals.
Absolute pussy around the rim on offense. Has played on loaded teams his entire career for a celebrated franchise, so he gets superstar treatment and accolades like first team All-NBA that he doesn't deserve. Whenever it's really gut check time, he becomes a three-point and contested step-back merchant, which makes sense since Kobe is his idol. Did you know that he shot 32% from two-point range in the 2022 finals versus the Warriors? Now you do. He truly excels at watching his teammates build leads before piling on to get his stats. Don't be fooled by his rebounds either. He just grabs a shitload shitload of uncontested defensive ones. It's not like he's fighting on the glass for offensive rebounds. Although he's such a nice guy, he gives his teammates plenty of chances to get offensive rebounds with all the bricks he tosses up. He's Paul George 2.0. Every time, and I mean every fucking time, he wins. We have to hear about his son Deuce and how his mom raised him for some reason. Look, everybody, he's such a nice family man with a wholesome story. Aw, isn't that great? He's so generous he decides to build mansions for the poor during games on the court. My opinion of him will not change even if Boston wins it all. I'm not moved or impressed by quote-unquote superstars who don't need to play well for their teams to win consistently. Sounds a lot like Bill Russell and Tom Brady, huh? Maybe it's a Boston thing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Is this man focused on winning basketball games, being a male model with all of his stupid pregame fits, or making the most annoying-ass commercials possible? He was probably too busy thinking about what dress he was going to wear instead of playing defense when he stupidly fouled P.J. Washington on a 3 late in OKC's season-ending loss. Shai has it made in OKC. He has a loaded young team around him with Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and...
I feel like it's kind of hard to slander Shai, bro. He did make a dumb foul, but I think that's the only slander you could really put on him right now, at least.
Some other sharpshooters. He plays in a small market, so nobody cares if he loses. And when he does lose,
I wonder what he's going to say when he gets to LeBron and
for all of his great
Embiid.
stats, I don't fear my favorite player or team playing against SGA and OKC. Which is why even when OKC got the 1 seed this year, absolutely nobody expected them to do shit. So when they got bounced in the second round by Dallas, there was really no surprise. Oh, OKC is young and super talented, they'll be back. Yeah, like we haven't heard that shit before. At least the KD Russ Harden Big 3 actually made a finals before that got said. What does SGA have to show for his 6 seasons in the NBA? 1 playoff series win versus a team missing its best player? Enjoy the 30 points per game he'll put up next season. I know you Shai fans will still be shitting bricks the next time the Thunder are in a real playoff series because you've never seen him lead a team to a legit series win. Luka Doncic. It's ironic that for so many years the knock against Luka was that he was...
Now, bro, Luka, he's another like Nikola Jokic type of player, bro. The nigga is amazing on offense, but he doesn't play no defense at all, bro. He's non-existent on defense. Literally non-existent. And for that fact, he just can't be the best player in the league. He just can't, bro. He plays no defense at all. And, bro, like, last round, who'd they play? Against the Timberwolves? And the round before that, they would say, oh, Luka defense got better. Bro, like, are niggas, like, delusional, bro? Luka's defense did not get... Who does he lock? He locks up nobody, bro. He lets niggas walk around him. Like, what are we talking about right now, bro? That's never been his MO. That's never been something he wanted to do, bro. Nigga, you could score on Luka Doncic, bro. You, watching this video right now, you could score on him, bro. I could score on him. I know I could score on him. The nigga just lets people walk around him, bro. Same with Jokic.
Was too selfish and too heliocentric, and that's why his teams didn't win. But now, in the midst of his worst postseason by far, he's in the NBA Finals. For the record, he was noticeably outplayed by SGA against OKC in the second round. I know you Luka fans have a massive insecurity complex about SGA for some reason, so I want to twist the knife there. I enjoy watching Luka when he has the ball in his hands, but make no mistake, even in a league full of crybabies, Luka is the biggest crybaby of them all. Yes, worse than LeBron, since I know that's the first name that popped into most of your worthless fucking heads. He is always complaining, and it's a huge eyesore. The other thing about Luka is that he's the only player I've ever seen who gets fatter the more he plays. What kind of diet is this dude on? We know he likes beer, but I would wager he pounds at least 20 of them a day. It speaks to his natural gifts that he's still as good as he is, but imagine if his bloodstream wasn't 75% alcohol at all times. He already got a championship-winning coach fired a few years back, so what happens to Jason Kidd in a year or two after Dallas loses this finals and fails to get back and Kyrie inevitably does some dumb shit?
Dallas isn't going to lose.
I've seen this story
Have
too many
faith.
times. The highlight of Luka's career thus far is
Kyrie just needs to go crazy
over Rudy Gobert in the
Drop
Western
40.
Conference Finals, which is the equivalent of beating the French Special Olympics team. Focus more on defensive drills instead of playing Overwatch in your spare time, Luka. Giannis Antetokounmpo. The easy thing to do would be to say that Giannis would be working at Chili's if he was 6'2" instead of 7 feet, which is true, by the way, since he has no skills besides running and dunking. But Giannis fans are used to that sort of insult. Giannis's game is so ugly and non-enjoyable to watch. He plows into people like a fullback, and before you know it, several people are on the ground, and he's at the free throw line. I know you worm brains will say LeBron does the same thing.
No.
It's not true, or at least not nearly to the same extent. But LeBron can, actually shoot the ball to the point where defenses have to guard him. Giannis legitimately cannot shoot outside of the paint or at the foul line. He gets his production, though, so it doesn't matter that he has no skills, right? Normally, I would agree with this, as I hate quote-unquote bag Twitter and the like, but Giannis's game is so predictable, especially late in games, and that is why the Bucks, despite enormous amounts of regular season success, have massively underachieved in the playoffs with Giannis outside of 2021. The only reason we don't talk about Giannis being a playoff failure is because of Kevin Durant's oversized shoe and Kyrie being hurt. Is Giannis good enough to lead a team to 16 playoff wins for a title? We still don't know, since he missed 2 of the 16 wins Milwaukee had in 2021. Bucks fans will say he's been injured, but all I hear when they say that is he's unreliable at the most important time of the year. He's now gotten hurt in 2020, 2021, 2023, and 20...
Oh my God, bro, he's finna violate Embiid, bro. I'm not ready for this.
2024. That's 4 of the last 5 years. Seems like an important pattern, don't you think, Bucks fans? He also demands that the team waste a roster spot and salary on his shit brother instead of potentially adding new talent that could make the team even better. Selfish Giannis. At least he's on pace to break the all-time NBA rushing record this year. Anthony Edwards. He's the future face of the NBA, and it's gone! Well, shit, that was cute while it lasted, I guess. One run to the conference finals for a shitty franchise like the Timberwolves gets people overrating you big time. Yes, I know Ant has all the natural charisma that it takes to be the face of the NBA if you ignore some teeny-weeny off-court things like homophobic videos and leaked text of him paying a woman to get an abortion. But the fact is, Edwards isn't good enough to be the face of the NBA. I know he's only 22, which is the excuse people had for him after he got his ass kicked in a surprisingly empty and meek showing in the Western Conference Finals. I don't care what the stats say, I watched it, and he was willing to be a bystander way too often. Even if Ant-Man doesn't...
Whoa. Speaking of face of the NBA, is he gonna slander Wembanyama? Cause that's the future face in the NBA. I don't know what any other niggas talking about, bro. Ant is not the face of the league, bro. Tatum is not the face of the league, bro. Once these older niggas retire, like Steph, LeBron, KD, nigga, it's Wembanyama, nigga. That he's gonna be the face. Trust it.
Which is never a 100% guarantee, as improvement in sports is not linear. Just look at Vince Carter. Will he ever be as good as Jokic is right now? No. And I say that with 1,000% certainty. Will he ever even be as good as Luka is right now? I'm not sure he will be. I do like Edwards, and I think he has a lot going for him, but he might be the most overrated player right now, and people jump the gun trying to anoint him as the next Michael Jordan. The MJ comparisons are obviously false, since Edwards has actually won playoff series and had winning seasons without Scottie Pippen. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is one of the biggest grifters in the NBA. The guy purposely misses 25 to 30 games every season to focus on his coffee brand or whatever the fuck it is that he's doing away from the game. Then, once the playoffs come around, he goes 100% and everybody falls in love with him, especially Heat fans, who worship this dude and want to build him a statue even though he's given them exactly 0 NBA championships, all while they degrade a certain other 6'8" small forward who led them to 2 rings in 2012 and 2013. Speaking of ring culture, for whatever reason, no player who actually has no rings benefits more from said ring culture than Jimmy Butler. I know he's had...
Bro, that is facts, bro. He's 0-2 in the finals, and they still treat him like a god, bro.
Some monster performances in the playoffs, to be sure, but with the way people talk about him in hushed tones, you'd think he was walking around with 3 or 4 rings on his resume. He's also an attention...
Bro, and I seen on Twitter that the 76ers were willing to offer a 35-year-old Jimmy Butler a max contract with multiple years. Philly, if y'all niggas do that shit, bro, y'all niggas got to be the most brain-dead organization I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. Why please don't do that, bro. I hope I got bamboozled. I hope the nigga, whoever I seen that on Twitter, was lying, bro. Nigga, do not offer 34, 35-year-old Jimmy Butler a max fucking deal, bro. Please don't. There's other niggas out here that would be better for the team than this old nigga, man. Come on now, bro.
whore. I mean, just look at his media day photo from this past season. That's a 34-year-old man dressing like an emo teenager. What is this, My Chemical Romance? I mean, come on. I have an actual challenge for Jim. Play more than 65 regular season games in a Heat uniform for once to help your team get a high seed for the playoffs to make your title path even easier. I know you can do it, bud. Or maybe you can't. Jamal Murray, 33, 6, and 5 on 65% true shooting percentage. That is what Jamal Murray averaged in the 2023 Western Conference Finals versus the Lakers. Why is that notable to me? Because it's the biggest fluke performance I've ever seen from a player in a playoff series, and it came against my favorite player's team. Absolutely zero stinkers for a guy who's one of the most inconsistent players you've ever seen. He turned into the best player in NBA history for 4 games, and I was told mercilessly that I was just being butthurt and that it wasn't a fluke. All because of a playoff series that Murray had versus Utah in 2020, where he had 3 terrible games. 0 stinkers versus 3 stinkers. Difference? See it. Time has done nothing but prove me correct, by the way. Murray doesn't care about the regular season at all. At least in Jimmy Butler's case, he used to care back in Chicago. Hence why, despite his proclivity for great playoff moments, Murray has still never made an all-star team or an all-NBA team. But the moment you put a Lakers uniform in front of him in the playoffs, he turns into the best player ever, or, even this last year, turns into God for multiple fourth quarters to swing the series. Then, of course, when he isn't getting his way, he turns into a crybaby and starts throwing heat packs at the refs. He should have been suspended, but wasn't, and Denver choked away a 3-2 lead anyway, thanks to Murray averaging just 18, 4, and 4 per game on 48% true shooting for the series. Gee, not quite 33, 6, and 5 on 65%, is it? Most players, I could care less if they perform well, but Murray is the exception. I want him to perform well, so what he does against LeBron and the Lakers will hurt less, but it doesn't. He lives only to get blowjobs on Snapchat, I haven't forgotten, and to break LeBron fans' hearts, which to many makes him a hero, but to me makes him an annoying Canadian fuck like Terrence and Phillip. Victor Wembanyama.
Whoa! This is interesting. I'm really curious to see how he slanders Wembanyama.
What rocky start to his historically hyped-up rookie season, Wemby began to get the hang of things, no offense to Aaron Hernandez. He led the league in blocks while averaging 21, 11, and 4 on just below average league efficiency. With the addition of such an alien to their roster, surely the 22 and 60 Spurs jumped up in the win column. Oh, wait, fuck, they improved exactly 0 games despite adding Wemby. Is this Wemby's fault? No, but it does make you wonder how many more years of tanking the Spurs will have to do before they feel good enough to actually try and win games. For all the freak show thing.
I could attest to the reason why they didn't improve in any games is because Wemby had a minutes limit. He didn't even play all-star type of minutes, starter type of minutes. It's true. Look it up.
Wemby can do. He's not a great shooter, which is important since I believe he takes too many jump shots and his efficiency should be better than it is. And, this is the key one, he's not a comfortable point center like Nikola Jokic, Alfred Sengun, or even Domantas Sabonis. Yuck. Call me a hater, but I see Wemby Spurs tenure going very much the way of Anthony Davis's time in New Orleans. Remember, AD was probably the 3rd most hyped first pick since 2003 after LeBron and Wemby, but in his 7 years in New Orleans, despite all of his superhuman stats, he made just 2 playoff appearances because he's not a guy you can run your offense through. That's what I see with Wemby, who will no doubt be putting up MVP stats in short order, but will it even matter? Will it translate to more wins? If Wemby is truly the inner circle level all-time great many believe he will become, the answer is an easy yes, and yet I still have my doubts. Joel Embiid.
Did you see? Oh my god, then he goes to Embiid right after Wemby, bro. You see how he barely didn't have that much to say about Wemby, bro. That should tell you. It's a sign. It's a sign he's going to be the future face of the league, bro. Please make this quick. Don't say too much, bro.
Did you hear the news? Joel Embiid is hurt again, and you won't believe this, it's during the playoffs. Well, that never happens, except for every year. Embiid is the best big man of all time for January games against shit teams like Charlotte or Brooklyn, but is also the most consistent playoff dropper since James Harden and Karl Malone. He is impossible to watch for everybody outside of Philly due to his incessant foul baiting, and I don't care. It does matter that he foul baits as much as he does, and it does make his stats hollow. At this point, I don't know why 76ers fans even support him when it's guaranteed he's going to let them down come April and May every year. He's considered a superstar, so they could easily get a massive haul for him if they had the balls to do so, but no. They must keep him and watch him crap his pants every year. This past season was seen as his quote-unquote best playoff run, and it was a first-round series loss. Do you want to know what Embiid shot in the 4th quarter of this series, which featured many down-to-the-wire games?
Bro. He had a fucked up knee and he had a stroke on his face. He's playing through injuries every single playoffs. That's why his numbers are down, because he's fucking playing through injuries, nigga. Duh. You really think if Embiid was 100% healthy, he would have ass playoff numbers? No, nigga. When he's healthy, look what he does. Fuck.
For 26. That's 23.1%. To this very day, 10 years after being drafted and being the face of...
Bro, this, what is this? This fourth quarter shooting percentage is because he couldn't get any easy buckets because he has a fucked up knee. He had to settle for jump shots every single time down the floor, bro. Like, come on now. It's common sense. Or shoot threes, bruh.
The quote-unquote process, Embiid is still a conference finals virgin, and perhaps more damning, has won one playoff series where he played in every win. Yes, you heard that correct. In 5 playoff series Philly has won with Embiid, he missed a win with an injury in 4 of them. He's not Ben Simmons level bad when it comes to being unreliable, but he's close. And we all know the MVP he got in 2023 was a complete and utter joke. But hey, at least it ended racism, right? Right? Kawhi Leonard. Explaining Kawhi's career to somebody who didn't watch him play will be very difficult to do, because it's difficult to explain his career to people who did watch him play. After years of load managing the regular season, Kawhi finally managed to sack up enough to play a respectable amount of games, and had a very good season as you might expect, although he certainly didn't deserve second team All-NBA over LeBron. That's a fucking joke. But, in a brutal twist of irony, Kawhi has been able to stay healthy for the playoffs in any year since 2020, his first with the Clippers. Kawhi hitched his wagon to LA with Paul George in 2019 after winning in Toronto, and it's been a massive failure. Luckily for Kawhi, the Lakers and LeBron exist in the same city to take a lot of the negative attention and bullets for the Clippers. But for all the issues LeBron and the Lakers have had since 2019, they at least have a banner to show for it. A banner the Clippers blew a 3-1 lead trying to win, by the way. Remember that whole marketing campaign about how LA was Kawhi's city? Yeah, that's a fucking joke. Kawhi hasn't started and finished a playoff run since 2020, and he has just 2 complete playoff runs over the last 8 years. He still has fewer career points than Tobias Harris and Jeff Green, and he's only getting older. I don't know what the future holds.
Bro, fewer career points than Tobias fucking Harris? Are you fucking serious, bro? Nah, that's ass.
For Kawhi at this point, but I know the Clippers regret going all in on him in PG while watching OKC build a contender for years to come with their draft picks. Steph and Curry. Oh, Steph, we've been through a lot. I've made plenty of videos showcasing how, for all of his greatness and showmanship, that Steph is the biggest frontrunner of all time and also a choker. I know he has 4 rings and a Finals MVP, but the first 3 rings are as worthless as a celibate hooker, and his last ring, by far the most legitimate one he has, came after beating Denver without Murray and Michael Porter Jr., and then Memphis without Ja in the second round. He's never defeated LeBron on an even playing field, despite 2 golden chances to do so in 2016 and 2023. Yet, because of Steph's cowardice in recruiting KD, which altered the NBA for the worst forever, I have to listen to how he took 3 rings off of LeBron, despite never outplaying LeBron in any series. But you already know all of this, and my beef with Steph. But what you might not know is this little stat that really drives home just how unclutch Steph is, and how he might only have 1 ring, if not for Kyrie's injury in 2015, and a fluke cap spike that allowed the Warriors to sign Durant in 2016. You ready? Here it goes. Since 1997, the first year with play-by-play data, 181 different players have made a go-ahead shot in the final 50 seconds of a playoff game, and Steph Curry is not one of them. In fact, he's 0 for 14 on such shots. That's the most shots without a make in the league in that span, even worse than Russell.
What the fuck? Bro, I had this in my hair the whole fucking time. Y'all ain't say shit to me, bro. Worse than Westbrook is crazy.
Westbrook's 0 for 13. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 out of the last 5 seasons, and the only thing preventing their post-KD era from being seen as a failure is that fluke-ass 2022 title run where about 5 or 6 role players all played the best ball of their career at the same time, bail Steph out from having to take any pressure shots, which, as stated above, he's historically awful at. This is also a retroactive fuck you to Jason Tatum for the 2022 finals.
Yeah, for real. That's the main reason why I don't fuck with the Celtics, bro.
Having to watch him miss layup after layup was torture. Anyway, Steph will never be as good as LeBron, and you Steph fans just need to get over it. Just like Steph needs to get over the fact that poor people deserve housing. Kevin Durant. I was unsure of including KD because I'm not even sure if he has any fans right now. In fact, I don't think he's had any fans besides LeBron hate watching MJ fans since he made the worst decision any athlete has ever made back on July 4th, 2016. Full disclosure, I hate Kevin Durant. Not in a real life way, but sports hate. He left Golden State because, like everybody else, he knew anything he won there was cheap and hollow. He goes to Brooklyn to create his second super team, and that falls apart, so he demanded a trade to Phoenix to make a third super team, and that blew up in his face too. I should be happy to see him fail in the playoffs and not even approach another title, but honestly, I just feel numb about it. The damage has already been done, and its ripple effects will last forever. We can't take back 2017, 2018, or even 2019. The banners he hung for Golden State are still up there. His decision robbed NBA fans of a competitive league. His biggest sin, to me of course, was that it cheated LeBron out of multiple titles, and forever ruined discourse about LeBron being a loser and catching MJ in rings. It pushed back the OKC franchise for almost a decade. It muddied his own legacy and Steph Curry's legacy forever. To this day, people still argue over who deserves more credit for the Warriors' 2017 and 2018 rings, instead of realizing how fucking insane it is that KD was even there in the first place.
For real, that shit is crazy, bro. I know KD regrets going to the Warriors, bro. That literally hurt his career more than helped it, bro. I don't care what nobody says, dude. Warrior fans don't even fuck with you. They think Curry's better than you when he's not. Like, bro. They look at, nigga, everybody looks at your 2 rings as fraudulent. And you never won before that, and you're never gonna win after that. And it's like, why did you do that shit, bro? Did you do that shit thinking that you were gonna be looked at as better than LeBron? Because nobody thought that, bro. Nobody will ever think that, and I don't think nobody has ever thought you were better than LeBron, bro. At least people with actual brains in their head that are not rotting.
The only people who benefited from KD going to Golden State in the long run
was
were
Curry.
Michael Jordan and all of his dumbass fans who only watch the current NBA to see LeBron lose.
Michael Jordan,
and yes,
too.
they do exist. Everything after Golden State for KD is just academic. The only way he could redeem some of his legacy would be to go back to OKC and help them win a title, which is actually plausible at this point because they have a very, very good team, but he won't do that. I was never a Little B fan, but he was right about one thing. Fuck Kevin Durant. And finally, LeBron James. Congrats on making it this far into the video. In the past, whenever I've done a triggering video like this, I found it hilarious that most of the butthurt came from people saying that I was praising LeBron too much, which I swear to God was not my intention, but it gave me an idea. I promised myself if I ever did another edition of an NBA triggering video, that instead of pointing out LeBron's flaws, which, let's be honest, his haters already do 24/7, I'm going to lean into my LeBron fandom to trigger the fuck out of so many people. So let's begin. LeBron is the GOAT and the best player of all time.
Facts. This is great. This is a great video. Amazing video. Let me go ahead and like this up. Amazing video.
Simply put, he has been better for longer against better competition than anybody else ever has done.
Facts.
There are endless stats I could use to support my case, but I know for most people, it always goes back to 6-0 versus 4-6, and that's a shame, since MJ's finals competition was grade A horseshit compared to LeBron's, who is the unluckiest player in sports history. Let's take a deep dive into that. Okay, he benefited from the Ray Allen and Kyrie shots in 2013 and 2016. That's the good luck. Now, let's look at the bad luck he's had in years he didn't win the title. His rookie year saw an 18-game win improvement, but no playoffs. He had no playoffs despite a winning record in year 2. His teammates shot 22% in a Game 7 loss versus Detroit in year 3. He was overmatched greatly by San Antonio in the finals in year 4. He had 45 points in a Game 7 loss versus Boston in year 5. He averaged 39, 8, and 8 per game, but lost to Orlando and their shooting luck in year 6. Delonte rumors ruined team morale and LeBron's focus in year 7. He let Dirk win because he's just such an unselfish great guy in year 8. He averaged 28, 8, and 4, but lost to San Antonio's unsustainable shooting in year 11. He averaged 36, 13, and 9 per game, but lost to Golden State thanks to Kyrie getting hurt in year 12. He averaged 34, 12, and 10, but lost to Golden State thanks to them adding Kevin Durant in year 14. He averaged 34, 9, and 10, but lost to Golden State again, thanks to them also adding Kevin Durant in year 15. He hurt his groin badly while the Lakers were the 4 seed in year 16. Solomon Hill ruined his ankle with the Lakers in the 2 spot in year 18. He averaged 38 and 6 per game, but it didn't matter because Pelinka Luka and Genie traded for team cancer Westbrook in year 19. He averaged 28, 10, and 10 on a torn foot tendon, but lost to Denver in the conference finals thanks to Murray turning into the GOAT for 4 games and shooting luck. And then this past year, he averaged 28, 7, and 9, but lost to Denver thanks to 2 god fourth quarters from Murray and his teammates combining to shoot 28% from 3. Oh, I know, the dick riding and LeBron sexual comments will be overwhelming. I really don't care. You just have to sit there and take it. The whole point of this video was to trigger you, and I don't care if it took until the very end. I did my job. Thank you all for watching.
Hey, everything he said about LeBron was facts, bro. Hey, man. That's the GOAT. Appreciate the GOAT, bro. He's better than Michael Jordan. He's better than Kareem. He's better than Shaq. He's better than Curry. He's better than KD. He's better than Hakeem. He's better than Bill Russell. He's better than everybody, bro. He's the best nigga to ever touch a basketball. And that's the truthful, factual. That's just what it is, bro. Hey, man. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're new, send me more videos to react on my Instagram or the comments down below. Roll to 10K.